We've been experiencing some very heavy weather over the last 4 or 5 weeks. Some very, very strong storms and a lot of rainfall as well. But during one of those storms, an old hawthorn tree as old as my grandfather's was blown down. And it kind of got to me to see this grand old tree lying on its side. Um, but I got to thinking, like, how do I turn it around? What'll I do with that old tree? And what I was thinking to myself was something along the lines of walking sticks, some sort of survival walking stick. So I decided to look up shillelaghs, the old Irish walking stick, and to my surprise, it's actually not only did I find some very good content there on how to build a walking stick, a shillelagh walking stick, but there's also a martial art connected to that particular stick. It's known as Bathrocht. Um, so it was a nice surprise for me, and when you think about it, the stick is probably the second weapon a human ever picked up, and down through the eons and millennia, different tribes, different groups around the world learn new forms and styles of waving that stick. For example, you've got the likes of Eskrima, which is Filipino stick fighting. You've got Muay Thai in Thailand. They have their own form of stick fighting. You have the nunchucks in China, and even in England, they have the stick fighting or the cane fighting. So it was a surprise to realize that there is actually an old Irish art, martial art, in stick fighting. And what I got from those videos, it took me back. When you think about it, martial arts is pretty much along the same lines as military enthusiasm. If you start talking about war to somebody, they'll start they take the moral high ground, as it were, and it's the same for martial arts as well here in the west of Ireland. If you do have, if you are a martial artist, you know, one of those big stumbling blocks is realizing that not everybody um, is supportive of martial arts. And I suppose it's really to our own, it's really on account of the fact that the activity that it involves, martial arts is basically how to efficiently take down somebody. And when I was looking through the various stick fighting videos, particularly the Bathrocht fighting videos, I was looking at it from, from the moral high ground point of view, as it were. And I saw a particular video of a guy who is demonstrating the art of stick fighting. And he was using one of those human style punch bags, and he was clattering the head off the bag, the human style bag, the head. So it's not a very positive kind of image to promote the art and the martial art as it is. Um, but there are better ways of promoting martial arts and military enthusiasm as well. For example, in martial arts, there is a type of it's called kata. In karate, it's called kata. I'm pretty sure it's called kata in most other martial arts. It's a sequence of movements, and they're performed um, with the whole idea of form. You know, you have when you throw a punch out, it is thrown exactly the same way as you would throw out a punch at a punching bag or an opponent. If there's a kick involved, a turn, a step through, um, all those different movements are all coordinated into a nice flow. And any martial artist that has practiced kata, they swear by it. It's, you know, it's the ultimate in cardio fitness. It's great in building up your mind body connection, your ability to focus in and to block everything out of your mind when you're focusing on your kata. And it's not really promoted in any of the martial arts type videos. Nobody wants to see the violent side of things. And again, I had a discussion about what's going on in Ukraine with a colleague of mine, and I just mentioned that I'm not looking for war. War finds you, and the same really applies for martial arts. Martial artists are not looking for a fight, but they're ready if a fight starts. Do you get me? And it's a different way of looking at it. And kata is that way of looking at it. Kata can be done in a nice open room. No need to strike anything or anybody. It's just a flow of movements. And just by practicing those movements, you get better with it over time. And it's extremely interesting to watch. So that's what I got about stick fighting and Bathrukt as well. Martial arts and military enthusiasm. There you go. That's all I have to say. Take care. And just after reviewing that video, just 2 points. Firstly, the statement, you don't go looking for war. War comes looking for you. There's more to that. It's a mindset. For example, you don't go looking for a war. For example, if there's a war, there is a war happening in Ukraine, of course. The idea of rushing to Ukraine to get involved with the fight, it's honorable. However, in the long term, it doesn't work out well for your own health and your own mental welfare and your welfare in general, on account of the fact that you decided to get involved with that fight. And once you decide to get into that fight, you're trapped. You have to stay in the fight. You can't just back out of it, because otherwise, if you back out of the war, then you haven't actually done anything. Okay, so you're stuck in that situation, and in that particular mindset, you're trapped. You cannot make any decisions. Whereas if you unfortunately happened to be living in Mariupol when the Russians came knocking, you are in a different mindset. You have a choice. You either run or you stand and fight. And when you choose to stand and fight, you fight better, because you're fighting for your life, your country, and everything that you stand to lose. So it's vitally important to realize that fact, that you don't go looking for war. War comes looking for you. And secondly, what was my other point? Yeah, kata is actually, it's used, it is a sport in the Olympics as well. And yeah, it doesn't get as much attention as the ringside fights. But it's a far more civilized way of promoting something that has been practiced and tried for millennia. That's all I have to say. Take care.